Hello everyone. Today I'm working on another piece of my hand sewn book. Now unfortunately for some reason the first part of this I forgot to turn on the video. So what I've got here is a piece of Japanese fabric and a piece of men's upcycled linen shirt, and the background or the actual page is a piece of non-stretch deep black blue denim from a pair of jeans. Now I'm just using basic threads here. So I've got some DMC thread here that I use 3 strands, and I just did this, you can see this very simple little stitch that I just did over to attach that piece. I'm continuing around on the second circle doing the same stitch. I'll show you. So I'm just going in there, up there, through there and over. So I'm keeping it as even. I'm going straight out to here, then angling the needle to come back out here. So the top stitch is straight, but I'm angling around. Now this thread that I'm using here is actually Sashiko thread. So it's a cotton thread, traditional thread that's used in Japanese sewing. It comes in a number of colors. I actually have blue and I have some white. For this project I'll just be using the blue. The needle is also, this is a short Sashiko needle, but it has a larger hole. I'm not sure if you can actually see that, and it makes threading this thicker thread through much easier. So I'm just going to finish a little white piece there that's annoying me. Now for this project I didn't actually use any kind of fixative to fix the fabrics. I just wanted to see if it was possible, if you're someone who's beginning and you don't want to go out and buy a whole lot of products because you're not sure if you really want to do this kind of sewing. I just wanted to see if it's possible to do it without purchasing lots of things. So I didn't even use, normally I would use some heat and bond or some kind of fixative to keep it there, and even a glue stick, but this time I didn't do any of that, and I am just doing it carefully by hand, and it's working fine. So if you're new to this kind of work and you, as I said, you don't want to go out and buy a lot of things, all you need is some upcycled fabrics if you have nothing else, a pair of scissors to cut your fabric, a needle, some embroidery needles. I often use embroidery needles, so you don't even have to buy Sashiko needles. I mean, it's not necessary. And if you've got some DMC thread, you can start. And it doesn't have to be DMC thread, but I would choose a thread that is colour fast in case you want to wash the project. You don't want to do this work and then the colours bleed. So as you can see, I've nearly finished. This is not very difficult. This is a very easy, simple little stitch, and I really like simple stitches. I have done embroidery in the past. I haven't done it for a while. I like the freer nature of this. Now that's looking really good actually. I really like that. I know this is a little bit darker and you can't see the blue so well, but the whole idea too is to have people, this is a little book, so have people actually explore and get up close and have a look. So what am I going to do now? I think this one, the book, it has to go this way because this is the raw edge of the piece, the jeans where they've been stitched together on the side, and I want to capitalize on that, and I want to capitalize on this frame. So I'm just going to get another needle that I've threaded here. I normally thread a whole lot of needles because I have a lot of issues with threading needles. So I'm just going to put that there. Now, what I had thought I would do, I like the idea of this being like a stone in water, but I like the idea of something flowing around it. I like to have that kind of motion around the pieces. And I know I have done that before in one of the other pieces, but I really do like that motion. So what I might do now is do a little bit more just basics running stitch. Again, running stitch is something I really enjoy doing. I like the simplicity of the stitch, and I really think that it's a really powerful stitch. Now, if you're wondering why I didn't do this in like a white or another colour so it stands out more, I don't want to introduce a third colour here. I already have 3 colours. I have the red, the blue and the background. So I like that notion of 3. I don't want to introduce a stark white here to upset what I think is the balance so far. So this shouldn't take very long. I'm not going to do lots and lots and lots of rows. That's not the idea. It's not like doing a piece of boro like this where I've covered everything. That's not what I'm going for today. So let's just keep going here. Now, if I wasn't using this little patch in a book, it would make a really nice patch for a bag. And again, you choose the colours, what you like, what you have. I'm trying to make something that's sort of more Japanese style, influenced, inspired by traditional Japanese pieces. So just adding my little take to the whole thing. But again, use what you've got. I like to use what I have. And as I said, I'm trying out new things with threads. And this year I've been doing a lot of decluttering. And I've been replacing things that I don't inspire me anymore. And I've been donating them to my local op shop or to my local craft group. And I've been buying a few new threads that would inspire me to create. So at the moment I'm looking at purchasing some linen threads. Sorry everyone for the pause there, but my overhead light just decided to stop working, so we were plunged into darkness for a few seconds. Now, this is not going to take very long today because I didn't video the first bit, but that happens sometimes. Now the white lines you see on this are just the chalk lines, and I've got a little brush that I use that I gently just remove that. So I won't do that now, but it will be all removed. So I'm only going to make 6 pages in this book, and on the back of each page I'm going to do something a little bit different. I did do one page where I was experimenting with the back and I didn't really like it, so I won't be doing that. I've come up with something else that I think will work better. Now I'll tie that off later. I don't want to spend time tying off things at the back there. Everybody knows how to do that. Alright, so I've got basically 2 lines to go, and then this piece will be finished. Now this piece is truly just an experimental piece. I just wanted to try out the idea. I had a thought of how to put it together originally. I was going to put it together with these rivets, but I purchased the rivets and I made an error in my purchase. and they're not large enough, so they're not going to work. So I'm just going to have to stitch it together, I think, either by hand or by machine. And I may just do it by hand. It could be a bit difficult, but I think I will be able to do it. Hopefully I'll be able to do it. As you can see, this is quite easy, and because the fabric is not too thick and my needle is quite sharp, this one is just a embroidery needle, but it has really nice sharp edge on it, point on it I should say, and so it's really easy to get through the fabric. So always be mindful of how difficult it is going to be for you to be able to get your needle through your layers of fabric. I don't have very strong fingers, and if I have to really struggle to get it through, like this little bit here is a little bit harder, I can't do that continuously with my hands. It just doesn't work for me. So I'm just always mindful to have layers that I can actually get through. I want this to be a fun project, not something that causes my hands to be painful. Now, for some reason, I've got little strands of this. I need enough to get across there. Oops. So I'm going to try and thread this. This little book is quite dark and somber. I think the colours are quite reserved in some of the pages, but I kind of like that too, because I don't like everything to be totally bright and out there. I do a lot of things. If you have a look on my channel, you'll notice that I do slow stitch, I do borrow, I do a whole lot of different things, and sometimes things are bright and sometimes I make things a little like deeper colours. I like the deep rich colours as well. Okay, so we've got one line to go and then this will be finished. The only other thing I'd like to say is when you're doing this, be careful not to pull your thread too tight. For example, if you pull this too tight, you end up with that kind of, puckering and pulling. You don't want that. You just want, it's a really relaxed thing. You just gently push the needle through and then draw it up, and I've lost my thread. And it's not about pulling the needle through too hard. You don't want to pucker up the actual thread, or the fabric I should say. Okay, so goodness, today this little piece, everything's going a bit haywire. Hopefully I'll end up with a video I can actually show you. That would be good. It's taking quite a while to make this book because each little piece obviously has to be individually made, and then it is an experimental piece, so I'm still working out things that I want to do. I have a feeling that I sewed over where I was going to go. Oh well, doesn't matter. Let's just keep working on here. Just make another row where I think it has to go. It's fine. Now you could do heaps more stitching on this. Like you could just keep going all the way out. But I just want the indication, I just want that impression of the flow around this stationary piece in the middle here. And that's all I want. I have a lot of pictures of rivers and rocks and flowing water that inspired this idea. Okay, so this is the piece for today, and I will be making another video on the pages soon. So you'll be able to see the last page being created. So that's the actual page for today. A very simple little page with the Japanese fabric here. You can just see the little stitches around here. I actually call this my picket fence stitch. They're not perfectly even. The little ones in the middle aren't even perfectly straight. On this piece of recycled or upcycled men's linen shirt, I've used the Sashiko thread. That was DMC thread, by the way. This is Sashiko thread. And again, a bit of a longer stitch. And it's all been secured down just by the stitching. And then we've just got this longer running thread around the edge, which just gives the impression of flowing water. So I hope you enjoyed this video today, everyone. If you did, please hit the like and share button and leave me a comment in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you're thinking of this project so far. And I'm very thankful to all the people that have subscribed and to everybody who watches my channel, likes, shares and comments, because it helps the channel not only to grow, but more importantly, it keeps me enthused in creating and making these videos for you. So thank you to everyone. I hope to see you next time, everyone. Bye for now.